Love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Chicago Bears. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
44, Mike, 44. Let's go, Heavy.
On 3rd down, Hawkins. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bears take over.
At their own 21-yard line.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Yeah, they held them to well under 200 yards of total offense, and in today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week, that great creativity and usual productivity.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, second and 10. Fields now to throw. Flushed out right.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
First down.
Fields on first down.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Cole Kmet, the intended receiver.
And it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10.
Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Back to throw, Fields. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now fourth down.
So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down.
With a field goal, a 38-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
And that is where Darren Waller really excels. He led all NFL tight ends in yards after the catch in 2020. Another nice effort here.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last one. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Raiders have recovered.
And maybe some indecision there on what looked to be an RPO. He wound up keeping it, but that defense right on him to strip it away.
And typically when we see that type of indecision on an RPO, that means it's well defended. He had nowhere to go with it, and that allowed the defense to get to him and knock it free and make it a turnover.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Pushes him over. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me, with enough touches, he can easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a quick throw out wide to Ruggs.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Bears' 7-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
45, 45. Mike, 45. Hey, watch the slide. Watch the slide.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Bears 3.
in their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing third down.
Watch the screen.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
It's fourth down. Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
And his throw here's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Here's second and 10.
Now Montgomery running right. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Fields.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Back to throw, Watson. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. It got his man, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Calvin Ridley, 77 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6.
Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Man open is Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Fields. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
After the interception, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Deshaun Watson with his third touchdown pass of this first half. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Now Fields.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson. And he goes out right around the 39.
Fields to the veteran Robinson for the Chicago first.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
He's picked off at his own 46. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Play action. It's Fields.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Montgomery. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A give to Cohen. He heads right. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Fields on the sneak, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14.
Raiders 24, Bears 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Airing it out, looking for Ridley.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
A shotgun snap for Watson. this throw is going to be incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. Third down here.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Watson.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And this is taken in at the 5. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Watson.
And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game.
And the Raiders would extend their lead here just before halftime.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of a yard as it brings us to the end of the first half.
So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top.
As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here's Fields.
Looking deep downfield.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first. but he only makes it to the 34. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First down, Chicago.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Off play action, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
It certainly looks like Solomon Thomas is really regaining his confidence. Remember, he's coming off of a torn ACL, which was suffered in Week 2 last year while playing with San Francisco. He signed with the Raiders in March. 6 sacks in his 4 years with the 49ers. He's hoping those numbers really jump up.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the first down sack. Fields. Flushed out right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. From the gun, here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board. On
1st down, it's Jacobs. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Brings up 2nd and
8. 2nd and 8 coming up. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll find Ruggs on the right side. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now.
He'll boot it away from about his 35. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
2nd and 6. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
First down.
Final minute now in the 3rd quarter.
First down, a run with Cohen.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On play action, Fields.
And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Bears.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On first down, it's Fields.
He finds Robinson. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up.
Fighting through it, he's got space. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5.
93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just called the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets it a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
I know he might be a little winded after that previous long run, but now you're in goal-to-goal situation. That changes what you do defensively, and it worked for them on that play.
Maybe trying to reward him after that long run. We'll see if they go back to him again on the ground. Second down and goal. Fields. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A gain there of 30 big ones.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
From the 44, Watson.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Faking the give. Now Watson.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. 101 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And just shutting him off there. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO, what's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, he's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
And they'll get this out quickly to Goodwin.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. The connection made. It's Graham. And he's got room. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Rolling to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Montgomery.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Bears 24. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Steps away to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. An explosive 38-yard pickup. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. And he had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play.
On 1st down, it's Jacobs. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Henry Ruggs was the first wide receiver taken in the draft a year ago, and he absolutely fit the Raiders' profile of speed, speed, speed. Didn't have the immediate impact that they had hoped, just 26 catches. Hoping to up his game in 2021, and he makes a nice catch there.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He'll look to throw.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone.
And one last throw here for Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit, they were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done,